Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to today's episode of How You're Getting Fucked. I'm your host, Louis Rossman. And today I wanted to go over how things work with the airlines, here and elsewhere. Over the past 6 months, a lot of regulations regarding how we deal with canceled flights, rescheduled flights, delayed flights have changed in the United States, or they have just decided to not implement new rules that were going to be going into effect. There were two of them. The first was a plan that would have forced airlines to pay passengers cash if they delayed them, and the second was how they could consider something a canceled flight. So in the United States, they wanted to put something into place where if an airline delays you over 3 hours or screws you over, there has to be some sort of compensation to you, the customer. And if they just cancel your flight or give you a new one, they have to be able to give you an option for a refund. So not only have some of these rules gone away, but they also did this other thing where as long as they give you a new number for your flight and it's within the original 6 hours, they don't actually owe you shit. That doesn't even count as a canceled flight anymore. So this is bad for a number of different reasons because the airline industry in the United States, in my opinion, is fundamentally based on fucking over the consumer in a couple of ways. They routinely overbook flights. You'll hear at the airport all the time, we're open to allowing somebody to take a new flight, please, $500, $800, $1,000, and they'll try to raffle it off to somebody because they know that they have less seats in the actual plane than they have booked. And other times they will try to book as many flights as possible. If they know that I want to go to a certain place, but they don't go there, they'll try to get a connecting flight, but they'll do this bullshit where you have less than 15 minutes to get from your flight to the next one. And they knew that at the time that they were fucking selling you the ticket and they didn't care. There are a number of ways that airlines try to fuck you. Imagine if I, as a data recovery or repair business, ran my business in a way where I knew that I could only take 4 customers and I could only do 4 repairs, but I took in 10 repairs anyway and just did this to the other 6 for the sole reason that I wanted to be able to maximize profit by just cherry picking the easiest stuff, knowing that I could fix 10 things even if they were all easy. That is the way airlines work in the United States. I want to read you a story from Austria that just warmed my heart. Ryanair refused to pay a delayed passenger $1,182, so a bailiff boarded its Boeing 737 and seized the plane. A court bailiff boarded a Ryanair Boeing 737 in Linz, Austria on Monday. They affixed a judicial attachment sticker. Ryanair denied the plane was seized, though, but paid the outstanding debt they owed to the customer within 3 days. Linz Airport said it had been told that there was a pending court claim against Ryanair, that a bailiff had been instructed by the district court, and airport staff had escorted the bailiff to the aircraft so he could carry out the official act. Back in July 2024, a woman traveling with 2 other passengers was delayed about 13 hours. They wound up buying a new ticket and getting a refund from Ryanair, but Ryanair refused to pay the €261 compensation. The claim was for €355, including €250 in statutory compensation. Interest, legal costs, and enforcement costs brought that to $1,182. A court bailiff was accompanied by the passenger's lawyer, acting under court authority to seize the aircraft against the funds that were due. The bailiff first tried to collect on the spot from the crew of the pilot, but Ryanair flights are cashless. The pilot offered to pay by card, but the bailiff will only accept cash. So they attached a cuckoo sticker indicating seizure to the aircraft. The plane was formally seized. They managed to magically find the money about 3 days later. Imagine that. So the woman wanted compensation that the law allowed her to get in her country. The airline refused to provide it, so they decided to say, fuck that, we're just going to seize your airplane. In the United States, they can give you a completely new flight 6 hours later, and they can say that that doesn't even count as a cancellation under a new loophole. What the fuck? I understand. There's millions of regulations in the books that are probably completely fucking ridiculous. The regulations that say that an airline can't fuck you over without compensating you, really? You have to start there? Come on. I read that story and I knew when I clicked it, when I started skimming it before I even saw the name of the country, just something told me this was not the United States, that's not going to happen here. There's no way, and like, yeah, you know, I wasn't disappointed. I was disappointed, but I wasn't disappointed in my assumption being correct, I should say. It's really annoying that an industry that is known to intentionally overbook people on a regular basis and use that as a means to try and get every single flight full so they can make more money, that routinely inconveniences and fucks people left and right, is not only going to get away with this, but is going to have regulations that were put in place to try to stop that from happening rolled back with no consequences. That's lame. Like, of all the things to deregulate, of all the things, the regulation that says if you fuck over a customer of an airline, you have to give them this base level compensation. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I would love to see a bailiff taking a $45 million asset away from an American company because they were too petty to give them back their $250. It'll never happen, but it would be cool. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today, and as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.